Alright, hello everybody. I'm back with videos, obviously. Just a sec. Are you okay? Um, so, today, I'm going to be making a slime farm. Because I really need one for pretty much everything. So, right now, I used a web program, sort of cheating I guess, but I don't really care. I don't feel like the only other way to do this legit would be a lot more work and a lot less productive. So I used a web program. I'll link it in the description. And essentially I found that this chunk I've outlined right here is surrounded on all four sides by slime chunks according to the chart. I hope. I think I'm reading it correctly. I don't think I could mistake it this badly, but yeah. It should be outlined around all sides. There should be a slime chunk. So what I'm gonna do, since this is entirely in water, I'm gonna build right quick I'm guessing just like a quarry mine, I think, just to max resources, get a ton of stuff out of it and all that stuff. So first things first, I'm gonna just go through with dirt and pretty much get rid of all the water in here, and then I'm gonna start digging down to probably around level 30. And I think I'm not gonna record that because it's just gonna be a lot of boring footage. So I'll be back when I'm done with that. Yeah. See you at the bottom of a quarry mine. Hello everybody. So as I said, meet you guys back at the bottom of a quarry mine. Yeah. This took about 2.5 hours. This is actually the next day, Tuesday, from when I started, because essentially by the time I was done, it was too late to really record anymore, because my family is really loud after dinner, which is always fun. But, yeah, so I figured I would show you guys getting down the other 2 layers that I want to go, because I've had to suffer through it, so you should have to too. But I essentially wore through like 3 or 4 picks. I forget which one I'm on now. So need to go back and get more diamonds at some point. But yeah, so once I'm done doing this, I'm gonna try and figure out what I want to do from here on in with the chunks. I have an idea, but it starts with me hollowing out the chunks for at least like 3 layers, I think, so that the slimes can actually spawn, and making sure that they will spawn and all that stuff. All very important. And then once I've done that, I need to set up a canal system with water and whatnot to bring them over to this chunk, which should allow more to spawn, I think. I don't know. I've never really tried something like this before. This will be my first mob farm. So, yeah. I might actually record some of this next bit of, digging just without my commentary and speed it up, is I think the idea. And, maybe see how long it is once I've sped it up. But, yeah. Unfortunately, I won't get any diamonds with this because I'm only going down to level 25. And diamonds spawn at 15. which kind of sucks. I wouldn't mind getting back some of the diamonds I put into this, but oh well. I'll get them back one way or another. Really, you just have to get into the groove of this mining style. I mean, typically what I would do is put on a movie or watch YouTube videos and just passively do this. Seems to work. Pretty well. But I wouldn't recommend trying to do this without some form of other entertainment in the game, because this is really dull. I mean, you're essentially just digging out blocks over and over again. And in theory, I think in a typical quarry mine, you would do this down to bedrock. And this might actually end up down to bedrock, who knows? I'm actually thinking of making this my house instead of trying to build it in a mountain, because I've realized how crazy that idea kind of is. But who knows? Yeah, I'll figure this stuff out in time. Oh yeah, because I don't have like a ton of food, I ended up like just not eating after the beginning, really, because it just felt like a waste of food, considering how much food is lost whenever you break a block, and that's essentially what I'm doing. So I just decided it was cheaper on me to not eat for the duration of this mining. But once I've got these slimes, I think I'll be able to make a wheat farm that I actually like, and that'll make this a lot easier to get food and such. Whether it is, you know, bread or cows. So I'll be happy with that. It all starts with getting slimes, though, to make a really good farm like that, so that's what I'm doing. Ooh, iron. Yeah, as you go down, you start seeing more and more iron and lapis. I mean, so if I did bring this down to bedrock, there's a good chance I might find some diamonds. But eventually I would also run into the problem of lava, which I think becomes really prevalent, and I've heard around level 10 or 11, I think. I forget. So yeah, that's something to keep in mind. Ooh, gold. I think I already knew that was there, didn't I? Okay, I'm almost done here, would appear. But yeah, you can see, I mean, this one layer took me about 6 minutes. And, yeah, so this isn't exactly the quickest way to go about mining, I don't think. But it's probably the most efficient of, you know, my time. And I can just sort of passively walk along and do this and pay attention to something else, which is good because you really don't want to be paying attention to just this ever. Gets tedious really quick. And I think off camera I'll probably go around and get some of this iron and lapis and stuff from the walls later. Also, at some point, I'm going to replace all this wall, probably just with the layer of stone bricks, probably, is what I'm thinking. Because I feel like stone bricks really look better, than just smooth stone and dirt and all that junk. So this whole place is gonna get revived. Or not revived, I don't know what to say, it's gonna get a whole new look by the time this is done, I think. Because right now, I mean, if you look up it, it's not that great looking. It's also pretty, you know, sheer and blocky. So that's something I'm going to try and change over time. But I need the resources for that first. Good thing is, quarry mining gets you a shit ton of resources. Okay, so this is level 25. As you can see on the right, gives me my coordinates. Yes, so this is level 25. Spawns can spawn at under level 40, which was like way up there. But I wanted, you know, nice and deep. So I'm thinking I'm going to start with this side. I'm going to take a 3x3 area. I'm going to move it like 16 blocks, I think is the idea. Let me check if I could. Yeah, okay, never mind. Just a sec. Okay. Sorry about that. There we go. I've got some stuff in the way of my little map. Okay. So at 162.56 to about 144 and 256 and down to 272 and then back, and you know, that's all a chunk is I think the idea. Now what about yeah, that's it. Okay, so this way, stall for time while you try and figure out what you're thinking. Okay, yeah, this would be these, that's this chunk right here, so I'm gonna allow to just pretty much this area. Oh my god, there's a cave. Oh. That changes things just a bit. Yeah. I kinda didn't want that to happen. At all. 'Cause that sort of gets in the way. A lot. Not sure what to do here. This wasn't expected. This is a big cave too. Luckily there are relatively few mobs because they could kill me in one shot and I've got nothing to defend myself. Not a great situation to be in. Yeah, I wasn't expecting this. But there are slimes. This is definitely a slime chunk. Or whatever chunk that is. I'll figure that out later. For now I have to figure out what I'm gonna do. Because this just became a lot more complex. I'm gonna be right back, I think. Shit.